Yo guys, what is good? So, it's Friday night. I'm sat on my own at home. My parents have gone away for a week, so I'm currently looking after the house. Let me just take this hoodie off because I've just got out of the shower and I'm sweating so much. So, as you can see, I'm hot. I've just been sat thinking to myself. Now, a lot of people will be going out this weekend. A lot of people will be wasting money they don't really have. And it just reminded me of when I used to do all that, when I used to go out, party all the time, waste money that I didn't really have, ask my parents to lend me money, and just constantly get further and further away from what I've really wanted to achieve in life. Now, a lot of people will say, well, what? You only live once, What's wrong with going out? And the thing with you only live once is, well, how do you want to live? Do you want to waste your time? Do you want to get to 30 and think, why did I waste so much time partying? Why did I waste so much time consuming alcohol and drugs? And the reason why I speak about all of this is because I came from doing that. Friday night right now. Usually before, when I was drinking and using drugs, I'd be getting ready now. I'd be getting excited to go out. To waste money that I didn't really have. To drink alcohol to run away from all my real problems. And I put something on my Instagram story the other day. I think it was last night. Saying that I'm not interested in watching TV. I'm not really interested in small talk. It bores me. TV bores me. Movies bore me. Watching Netflix bores me. And the comment I put beneath that was, I might be seen as weird or maybe I'm seen as boring, but I just wanted to make the point that you don't have to do things to fit in. I always felt like certain things what people would like football and stuff like this, I wouldn't really like and I wouldn't find any enjoyment or excitement over. And I kind of would maybe I'd start doing these things, watching football and playing football maybe because I thought that I had to fit in, I thought that maybe I was weird if I didn't like all these things. But now as I've got older and I've become more secure in myself and who I am, I've realised that I don't need to do anything what everyone else is doing. Just because that's what the norm is. That's what is normal. I don't need to do it to fit in. Now, the reason I actually make this video and the reason why it took me from creating an Instagram story to actually bringing it into life, into a YouTube video, is because I know there will be people out there right now, maybe a little bit younger. I'm 23, if you didn't know, maybe a little bit younger, thinking, oh, but everyone else goes out and parties. But I don't really like that, but I have to do that because that's what everyone else is doing and I want to fit in. Or I don't really like football, but I need to do that because that's what everyone else is doing and I need to do that to fit in. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, you don't need to do that. If you don't enjoy certain things and you're younger and maybe you're not as secure in yourself, because I was never secure in myself, I was completely insecure, and it's only taken from me building myself up to actually be secure in who I am and form my own opinions and know that I don't have to do things because other people are doing them and that's what the norm is, So yeah, if you're younger and you think that's what you need to be doing because everyone else is doing it and you don't want to stand out or you don't want to be seen as different or weird, then I want to say right now that don't care what everyone else is doing. If you don't like partying and you prefer sitting at home on a Friday night and reading or watching a documentary, then I'm telling you now that's not weird. And that's coming from someone who partied and socialized with everyone. And, the reason why I feel like I can speak on these topics is because I was that guy. I did party, I did use drugs, I did speak to loads of people, going out. And I'll tell you exactly where that gets you right now. That gets me sat in bed on my own, crying to myself on a come down, wondering why I'd gone out and spent all my money that I didn't really have, and why I'm arguing with the missus because I said I'd see her on Friday night, but instead I chose to spend time around people who don't give a fuck about me. I feel like I'm qualified enough to speak on this. I completely took my life from that degenerate party person to now being completely comfortable with my own presence. I don't need people around me. So if you're younger than me and already think like that, I don't need to party, but I feel like everyone else is doing it, so I have to do it. I promise you now, you're probably just maturer than everyone else your age. And if you're older and you're starting to, maybe you're older than me, maybe you're in your 30s or something like this, and you feel like your mates still haven't settled down, but you're settling down now. The missus is going on at you because you got kids and stuff like this, and you want to start settling down, but your mates are saying, oh, you're the boring one now, like you never come out anymore. I promise you now, the same mates who are saying you're the boring one are the ones whose lives are probably fucked at home. They probably argue with their missus all the time, or they probably don't even have a missus, and their only life is going to the pub every weekend and consuming drugs. That life gets you nowhere. I've never felt more peace than being sat at home on a Friday night, on my own, not having to please anyone, and just being secure in myself, You know what's exciting me tonight? I've got a bit of chicken and rice. I've had a good leg session. I've come back, and I'm excited about a bit of chicken and rice, getting a good sleep and feeling fresh in the morning. And that may be weird to some people, but that's what makes my soul happy. That's what makes me happy. That's what makes me feel like I'm satisfied and on my own journey, on my own mission to become the best version of me. So don't think that you have to go out and follow the crowd and do what everyone else is doing. As I said, I did all that. I promise you now, it gets you nowhere. And yeah, people might see you as weird, but who cares, man? Their lives are probably so much sadder than you realise. When you see all these Instagram stories of everyone going out, I've been at them events, I've seen people taking the videos, and I've seen the aftermaths of what people feel like the next day and speaking to them, because I've had friends who do all this shit, and I've done it all myself. And I promise you now, it looks so much better on social media than it actually is. As I always speak about, Instagram's the highlights of people's lives. They only put the best bits on. So if you see any Instagram stories tonight of, there my friends are enjoying it, out on a Friday night, drinking with all girls and taking drugs and they're having a sick night, tomorrow morning they're not going to be having a good day. And they're probably going to be in quite a bad place, but they won't admit it because their ego's too big. And they don't even realise that they can't admit it because they don't even realise what the ego is and they don't have a clue. So don't get drawn in because that's what everyone else is doing. If you're struggling with anything, addiction, going out, drinking all the time, feeling like you don't fit in, maybe you're a little bit older and you're struggling because your friends are still going out and they're saying you're the boring one because you're now winding down and trying to keep the missus happy and provide for your kids, drop me a DM on Instagram. I'm looking to help people. Any questions you've got, just ask me. As I said, I've been out, I've done all that shit, and I completely turned my life around, and I couldn't be happier. Just sat at home on a Friday night, excited about my fucking chicken and rice, man. And as I said, that might sound stupid to some people, but this is what gives me peace. This is what makes me feel peaceful. This is what makes me be true to myself. I also have a free Telegram if you're on this self-improvement, self-development journey, I know it can get quite lonely, and I thought I'd create a community for people to be around each other who are on the same journey. So if you want to join that, that's in the description as well. Instagram's in the description if you want to ask any questions. You can also drop a comment and I get back to all of them. Guys, I appreciate you all. Don't give in to society's norms. Just because you feel like that's what everyone else is doing, just because that's what's drilled into us, doesn't mean that that's what you need to do. Appreciate you all, guys.